when last we left off with our intrepid adventurers, what happened to you guys?
I mean, should we even really be called adventurers at this point?
I mean, what do you want? You're not heroes, so what are you?
Menace to society?
That.
Vigilantes.
Vigilantes? Okay.
Oh, the menace to society was perfect. I laughed, but I thought you. Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, menace to their society.
Vigilante.
Unknowing, uninitiated revolutionaries. We're sort of just falling into it.
We're wanted outlaws.
Wanted, dead or alive.
But it's so unintentional.
What?
That's the funniest part.
No, I never set out to make you guys criminals.
No.
We set out to make ourselves criminals.
I mean...
Allegedly. It's all alleged. We're not really like...
Yeah.
We don't get any trials in this type of
The starting, like, before I wrote any notes or planned any aspects for the East, my very first note for the East campaign was party delivers a bomb.
We're at the right place at the wrong time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was not in our favor to be in those places.
Nope.
And that was the funny thing. That's how it all started, and worked our way backwards from there to see if the situation could be crafted. And golly gee willikers, here we are. Not that, you guys don't just walk just so willingly right into things.
I mean, to be fair, that is kind of what happens when you trust the government.
I mean, come on. Literally every time you guys have seen anything, you're like, yeah, we're going to go fuck with it. Like, literally, you got to the Capitol and you're like, oh, God, that's a scary laboratory. Yeah, we got to go back at night. Mm-hmm.
Justify, I wanted the party to come with me, but nobody else fucking came with.
It would be pretty boring if we didn't investigate stuff. We would just be like, okay.
We don't! We don't investigate stuff!
I mean...
That's the problem!
I mean, technically,
Well, we didn't
I would say...
We see them smuggling children, and we're like, there they go.
I was going to say, no. The problem is not that you don't see it. The problem is that you never report it. You're like, they're doing terrible things. Well, who is it? It might be someone on this council. But who? Someone in this very room.
A murderer might just be one of us right here.
We are the ultimate Dewey from fucking Scream. Like, where are they at? Around here. We're watching the shit go down. We see a kid get stuffed into a van, and we're like, man, vans are big. And they're like, did you see anything? And we're like, we could have. We're fucking Dewey from Scary Movies Scream.
Yeah. No, you're not doing. I'm cleaning my room.
God, we're David.
Yeah, like, dude, we are the worst anything. We're like, it's literally what I've been saying. Final Fantasy XIV's Dark Knight class line is: have you ever wanted to be shitty Batman? And everyone's like, what do you mean? We get to a body after he's already jumped and committed suicide, and we're like, damn, that sucks. So anyways, we don't tell anyone. We see them fucking, like, trafficking children, and we break on, we kill the guy that's trafficking them, but leave everybody else? That's still trafficking them, so nothing changes? That's us. We are just shitty Batman.
I mean, to be fair, there is one thing that we do very, very well.
Yeah, fuck up situations.
I was going to say be patsies.
You know what? Yeah. No, we're good at that. Yeah.
Oh,
We get blamed for everything.
so yeah, walk me through the last session. You were on a boat. At the beginning of last session, you had to exit that boat because the boat was being searched.
I'll just say
Yeah,
my
there
part,
we
and
can
then
check
y'all
out
can do
that
the
one.
full recap. I hit a villager woman who screamed, stuffed her into a basket, and then tied the basket closed and sat on it after she got knocked out. I did it non-lethally. She is not dead. I hit her with the flat of the blade and then sat on her because she screamed, "Oh God, monster!" whenever Lemon transformed. Everything else is up to y'all now.
And the basket did not collapse under you sitting on it.
Oh, so that's what y'all were sitting on.
Yeah, there was a whole
Yes, I mean,
entire Splinter Cell
yeah.
conversation.
As let's see, we got off the boat, and Darius wanted to go and check out some of them herbs and everything that they had going on out there, because new area, don't really know exactly what all the plant life is like. So you just got to try and figure out, what can you make out of all that stuff.
And you found some new things.
Found some new things, found some rare herbs, and then there was I don't really even know if it was like a military parade or presentation or something like that, where they were talking about the army of the future was heading to confront some adversaries, and it seems like maybe the crown knows where the hell we're going, and that might not be a great thing for us. They got some really fancy new technology, but that's a problem for a later date.
Yeah, you can't really tell much about it. No clue what they mean by this Army of the Future stuff. But
Yeah, I mean,
that one commander definitely he looked a little weird.
yeah, it's just kind of a little suspicious, but not much that we can do about it from our current standing. Best case scenario, we might deal with one of them, and then we're even more on the lam.
But you got back onto the ship eventually
Yeah, managed to get back on that thing.
and discovered something when you did.
I do not have a note for that.
There was one
Shit's missing.
thing missing.
Oh, yeah, right. The thing that we did before we actually left the ship, where Lemon was getting like a pencil etchings of the runes off the sides of the cubes. Yeah. That was gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Lemon ran around the boat for a moment, and he couldn't find anybody that he didn't recognize in his panic state, any new faces that might have taken it. But you all agreed that they probably didn't know what they found because nobody was asking questions.
Right. Unfortunately, that may be some knowledge that may be used against us at some point later. Hopefully, nobody actually knows who the heck we are and what the heck they actually found. So, it can never be connected to us.
Hopefully it doesn't get added to our list of crimes.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think next game, if I die, I'm gonna play an old lady the next time. I'm gonna be like Cassandra. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, I hope that in the coming months here I will have the art that I'm going to finish paying to commission that I was getting done. So, sometime in the future, I'm going to have the wanted poster art.
I am so excited for that.
I'm excited
Me
too,
too.
because all I'm going to give them is the actual character descriptions, the description from the game, and the fact that it is a propagandized One Piece poster. Go.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. But we closed our last session with the party finally arriving into the port at Wymore. Into the harbor. Let's see.
The harbor?
Nope, where is... My eyes are not... Oh, I guess that was right. I was just not reading it right. Bloop, 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 bloop. Still put you on the map even if you aren't here. Whatever.
And hopefully everybody got some good sleep on the boat.
Well, that was actually going to be the other thing I was going to ask, because I believe that Lemon and Darius were talking about trying to do something for part of the later half of that trip.
Yeah, I think we could mess around with the with that fancy herb that we got, that water sprite moss. But
Yeah.
at the same time, we don't really have like a ton of supplies all set up. We could try tinkering with it here, but I wouldn't want to use up all of what we got. And I don't really know what it all distills down into, but we could see what we can make out of that, or we could hold off on that until we're a little bit more settled and have some more leisure time to
Yeah, maybe
go
some more
through it all.
space, because, we don't want to sink the boat.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
I can't
Okay.
swim very well.
That is... Well, at the very least, at any point you can start the process, because it does always take time for the brewing to actually occur in any kind of item creation. So, it can occur over multiple nights of rests or whatever, as you work on it.
Do we know how much longer of a trip it is for us to get to the next locale?
Well, you had a long rest there, and you're arriving early in the morning.
Okay.
So it was essentially like you have the ability to start the crafting process. You won't be finishing it or anything, but you would be marking down. I believe the way that they have it set is you can do 2 hours of a long rest into crafting, essentially.
Kind of like if you're taking watch.
Yeah, exactly. So they say that you can get 2 hours of crafting into whatever your count is. And this is also a nudge to other people listening to right now that maybe are crafting and want to be tracking that sort of thing. But haven't asked. To be able to keep that sort of thing written down for your own records, because I'm not going to, and I'm going to trust you on that countdown.
Okay.
But it'll be... Or if there's just like a general downtime day, or your character's not doing anything, you of course can invest more time into that at any given time. But if you're not and you're just doing general adventuring and whatnot, long rest options are always there for a small bit of crafting.
Right. Well, I mean, if we've only really got ourselves just a couple of hours, since we're actually going to try and rest, Would you be more interested in helping me kind of deciphering, what the uses of all these other generic plants, the oh, how did I phrase that? Uh, like a sample platter of plants.
Yeah, you asked for the sampler.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
I can help.
If I can make, like some healing salves or potions and whatnot, be able to kind of distill some of that stuff down, might make things a little bit easier to manufacture potions here. Because I don't know too much about, the plains areas and that stuff. I'm more used to, like the forest and mountain area up back north.
Yeah, I don't know where most of the stuff that comes to our lab comes from. It just shows up.
That's fair.
How much gold did you get in the sampler? I don't remember.
Uh,
Didn't you give him 100?
I think
that
it was
the-
100 gold worth, yeah.
Well, I think that was
But I don't
the
remember.
100. I,
And he gave you a bonus.
I believe 100 was the total of everything, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because it was
Yeah,
so
I think it
many
was-
of the 25 gold thing, and then so many gold
Yeah.
of a sampler, and he gave a bonus.
Yeah. It was 75 gold worth of the water sprite moss,
Okay.
and then 25 gold worth of the different bundles of herbs and plants.
Okay. That gives me what I wanted. So, okay, let's see what we got. 30, that is a hilarious amount to roll in this situation. So 1/3 of what is in there is what you might call stabilizer.
Ah! I accidentally hit the Windows key. Trying to write notes. I'm used to my keyboard at work, so I'm typing there so often, and I have a I have a function key where my control key is over, so I always shift my finger over. Don't have that key here, so I hit the window key.
All right. I've got to make sure that I hit roughly our correct percentages for things. I like this percentage. So that will be, if I adjust that, it's 19. So 33% stabilizer, 19% antitoxin, 57% healing. So do the math for your, except for instead of 25 gold, set it for 35 gold. And go.
Do I need to start rolling nature rolls or?
Well, that is essentially the gold value in supplies that you have.
Okay.
Now, that essentially comes down to Darius specifically as an alchemist, as his subclass of artificer. I've given additional things to, since they don't currently have things fully released that has much there. Essentially giving him the same type of things that like wizards get, except for with potions. So he has reduced costs for whatever he's making, and his own crafting list for essentially the various levels that he can roll and craft and skill up in various levels to increase his own ability of what he's making. I
The hell's my
believe
calculator?
I think everything in the basic is the, like, 8 hour of crafting. And then it's exponential from there.
I don't know, my brain is fried on numbers at the moment. I'm just like, I'm doing math.
Let me find the crafting time in the new rules.
Which, amusingly enough, 57% of healing is 19.95 gold. I'm just like, it's so close to 20.
Well, I mean, you can
It was
always
like 57.1.
you can always round to make things easier in these totals, because I don't know if it's going to come out exact in any way. So feel free to adjust the exact percentages to make it line up.
Next. 50, 60, 70, 90.
Yeah, it takes
Got 109%.
So it should take 1 day / 8 hours of work for basically everything in the first line, and then it's 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, 25 days, 40. So here, I'll just set it as
writing.
There you go. Because that is up through level 5 of what I gave you there. So your longest potions take 25 days to make. I believe in you.
There's the spreadsheet.
Just out of weird curiosity, what's the lunar cycle in this world?
Why you guys got to do this to me? You're like, I haven't thought of this yet, and I gotta wonder if you have too. So now I've got to ask you.
Well, you're talking about time and potion, and I'm like, oh, it's almost a lunar cycle. I'm like, I wonder what the cycle is. 'Cause it depends.
This is where I stare at the camera and say, this is why the West has like an entire growing cooking system, because of certain as soon as characters have deep interests in things, I'm like, oh cool, now I've got to develop all of that. That's great. Wonderful.
How dare your character have a unique and interesting personality?
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the problem, is that I like it, and then I have to make something for it, And I'm like, yes, I want you to be more invested. Yes, I'll do it. Huh? Here, you can have cooking and Pokemon!
Pokemon.
I mean, to be fair, we already currently have a rune system built into the world as it is currently that is intended for us to be creative with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in this moment, I mean, what I would standardly normally say 28 days for a lunar cycle, but I guess in this time, just because you've done this to me, it makes me want to say it's 25 days. So
well, now it's 70.
No, we're officially setting it. For whatever arbitrary reason that I'm sure I will now make important for the late game. The lunar cycle is 25 days. And the end boss is now going to be the moon or something. I don't know.
Nope.
It's always moon.
It's
Darius is having like flashbacks to alternative realities and different lives lived.
When I get to the moon, please just give me a mask that makes me insane.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing like that planned.
I'm just saying, if there's a fierce deity mask, I will kill party members to obtain that. We will PvP. We will get rules.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Stares nonchalantly at the fierce deity sword hanging on my wall.
I wanted one, but the coloring wasn't worth it.
I made one. It was fun. Right, so we got potions, we got some crafting. So I figure if Lemon is assisting me, that'd be putting about 4 hours into practice and crafting a potion of healing.
Essentially.
Yeah, I'm helping.
I gotta do math.
Because, gosh, I just closed that part of the book. How much gold do you need for that?
Well, now you're asking very specific questions.
Let me grab my PHP.
12. Because the actual, I'm looking at it in the PHP. It's 25 gold and 8 days for a potion of healing. So, using standard D&D logic of the half round down, it is 12. So if you have 12 gold worth of healing herbs, which it seems that you do.
Yeah.
You would just subtract that from your total. And then you're going to start your crafting process. When we finish, you are going to roll your D6 when that 8 hours finishes.
I like that.
As per the wonderful chart that I made for you. With a potion of healing, I'm very interested to see how it works. Like, nope, that's poison. Oh, nope, that one only heals half. This one's extra good. Don't eat this one.
Oh yeah, that's actually going to be real fun.
I'm looking forward to it. It's part of the reason I made the system.
But I'm just going to be over here doing numbers and math, so
All
if
right.
anybody else wants to jump in or take the lead, do feel free to do so.
Otherwise, it's the question of, was anybody else doing anything in the downtime there?
I kind of feel like offhand Li Tian, if they were here, would be working on making some fireworks. Trying to figure out how to make stuff go poof out of whatever we bought.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I definitely am intrigued because I have plans for Litian to be able to mix elemental things with their fireworks to create effects. And I'm curious what their mind might come up with too. Usually when I create an ability so far, I have asked people how they want it to go. I have pitched 2 ideas and allowed them to pitch me a third. So that's how it's worked with only one person has made a rune item so far. It was made in the West, and that's how it worked. And currently one orc with tattoos was treated in a similar way.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out a good way to get them stuff together.
All in time. But otherwise, you all arrive at the southern port city of Wymore. As you begin departing from your ship into the dock area, you already see where it's definitely less majestic than what you're used to. It's not run down. It's just more tight and efficient. But you realize that it's a bit more of a requirement here. The geography of the area, returning to the larger map, is one of cliffs around the area. The cove in which Wymore is right at the base of, as it begins to enter towards here, and especially on this side, is very craggy. But Wymore itself is built into the natural low valley that exists there. So the city itself could not expand largely, but it seems as though it's still very old. Some say the roots of Wymore have existed longer than the Empire. Maybe that's part of the reason why the people here are a bit more independent. Or at least they used to be. You realize as you take your first steps onto the actual harbor area off of the dock that it looks like the same thing that you saw in Jade Haven is continued here. The same militaristic presence and elevated propaganda seems to have spread before you got here. You see the same signs of propaganda, flyers, posters, banners hanging through the squares and the streets, lining everywhere you go. Everyone roll me perception.
Turn off dice on this character sheet. Why are we dice?
Yeah, I make sure to do that.
He did not have dice on before. Disable digital dice. Like fucking hell.
Yeah, they love to randomly change that stuff. So,
Yay, cookies.
I guess in this situation, Lemon and Hanbei only. Just barely. I was going on a 15 here. Notice the one seemingly slightly weathered proclamation for the city of Wymore, stating that due to rebellious actions in the area, the Dragon Council had been deposed by the Empire for the city of Wymore, and it was currently under martial law.
Shit.
Oh, can we skip this stop and go someplace else? This is not our stop. This is not the stop we were wishing for.
Oh,
We
look
need
at
to
that!
We just need to relook at that bus map and just let's move on ahead.
Right? Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Kaito, that has been working with you guys, kind of speaks up for a moment. He's like, "You didn't really think it was just going to be a straight walk, did you?"
One can hope.
Look, we're getting closer now. We have people around here. You don't have to just duck and run the moment you see guards. But you have to remember to try to keep a low profile.
We might need more explicit directions on the meaning of that and actions we should adhere to.
Look, we're going to be stopping in to see a couple people. We're going to have to walk through potentially one checkpoint to get there. Hopefully, our stop on this side is going to be able to help us. But we have to go from here deeper into the city to see our bigger contact.
Do we have to go with you, or wouldn't fewer be better?
Do you want to be trusted?
Yes. I just didn't think we did hit the... Yes, of course.
Look, I understand that you want to get in good. I've got to get you to see the leader. But the step before you see the leader is you gotta see Mama.
Zuhara makes a big nod because she understands this more.
Sarako kind of looks confused at Darius at the reference of mother in all of this. There's a mom?
I mean, typically, yeah. I mean, to be fair, just usually there it is. There is a ma. Sometimes there might not be a pa, but typically, this is all very complicated.
As I force Dan to immediately RP the birds and the bees talk.
As I mean, there's usually, sometimes, every family is unique and special. Not everyone is the same. So the best I can really say is temper your expectations.
Okay. Every mommy's different.
That's right. We're all unique.
Right, well, the first one isn't exactly a mother, so we're just going to take a short little walk. I'm just going to stop inside and see exactly what Tubbs can do for us. If there's not much.
Tubbs.
What?
Who's Tubbs?
Well, he's a surly little guy. Kind of turns and looks at Darius. More around your size of things. But he's a bit of our, and he kind of air quotes, fisherman in the area.
Right.
And as a fisherman, he has a nice fish shop here in the harbor that, potentially might help people, with boats, be able to move things in and out. So, it's useful.
Does he have tuna?
He just might.
Tuna.
That's good.
Mackerel's nice too.
Red snapper. Very tasty.
Very stuff, huh?
Well, you can trade it for what's Hardcore has in the sun right in the box right now!
That's not
As you take a short little jaunt down the harbor and begin approaching the walls of the city, you can see a bit more where the military's presence throughout the city is, at least for the size, way more than you would expect. Wymore is smaller than even Nondoland, where you guys came from, let alone the capital in any way. So seeing a guard presence on the level it is very peculiar. You don't normally expect this level of presence here. But as you're walking closer to the wall, you see as he kind of ducks into this ramshackle looking shop that has nets strung across the awning and various fishing gear kind of just strewn about the porch area, that has a couple chairs sitting there that obviously the patrons or proprietor of the establishment seem to spend a decent amount of time at. And you hear Kaito go inside and begin talking with this kind of gruff-voiced individual. Does anybody go inside? Does everybody stay outside?
I'll head in.
I'm going inside.
Anybody else feel the air quotes in this fish shop?
Uh-oh.
What? This is just a nice, fishmonger working down at the wharf. I don't know what you're talking about. No, officer, there's
Fair.
no reason to check the fish hold in my boat. It's just full of fish. To spell out
Well, all right,
exactly
then.
what he does.
Yeah.
So as you walk in, the smell of fish is strong. And you can see on ice where there is immediately a display up front. Anybody who wants to inspect that fish can make me either a nature or survival roll to judge exactly how good that fish is.
Okay.
Yeesh.
Nature or survival?
Mm-hmm.
Nature. Oh, my survival is much better.
I got my
Yeesh.
face right in it, sniffing it.
That's okay. That works too.
So, you recognize this as what seems to be decent looking fish, but it's not. I'm giving this since most of you rolled silly high for this. That It's not necessarily as fresh as you first expect it to be, given the time of day and what the fish is. Roll me insight. Dang. Darius is too honest of a businessman to consider this possibility. He's buying the fish from other fishermen who go out even earlier and then making it look like he's coming back at normal time, but he's not coming back with anything. He's buying it and putting it up here, keeping it going. It's just a front. It's decent fish, but it's not quite as fresh as if he had just brought it in. But it's on ice. It's grocery store fresh instead of seamonger fresh.
Restaurant fresh.
Basically.
Grocery stores are almost tertiary.
I'm like, all right, I'll give that to you. I'll give you restaurant fresh.
I know all the stupid facts.
I'm like, all right, I can't fight that. Even as it exits my mouth, it feels weird. But as you kind of look past these fish that are on display, you see mostly what appears to be a basic tackle shop. And a basic counter with register of which is standing a rather old-looking halfling fellow. I don't know how well you guys can see the art for Tubbs here. But
all the zoom.
Tubbs is a stout, kind of roundish halfling with a bushy gray beard and a slight pipe coming out of his mouth, standing on a stool behind the counter that you can tell he was previously sitting on to talk with Kaito. And as they've been conversing here, you can tell that they both kind of stopped and turned to look at the three of you as you walk inside here. So yeah, this is some of them. They got me out of prison, but we need to find a way through the wall to get back to the camp. We're getting through. You are a bit fucked for this. I don't know what to do. Well, we try going under or around. No. Have you tried acting normal? Well, turns and looks back towards the three of you with your face shoved in fish. I don't know.
Just staring at fish.
Right now, they're locked down a bit more than David Jones' lock. There's no way going through. There's no way going around except for going through. You've got to be honest. You've got to go a little tiny bit of honesty for it. Well, you know, as much as you can squander in this moment to try and seem correct. But, you know, you've got ID, right? Well, yes, we've managed to at least cure some. It doesn't exactly match up very well. Well, yes, I know, it's like it normally is. But, well, normal guard check. Diversion. Yes! Diversion! What? A diversion. I know. We have fish! We throw a fish at them. No, that won't work. Not the fish. We can't throw the fish. Fish are valuable. But what? We need a distraction. Ah.
Wait a second. Was that your intended plan? Was to get us through by throwing a fish to distract the guards?
What? No! No! Who told you that? No. Right now,
Lemon's gonna
we need a
Lemon's gonna
distraction.
pick up a
Smart
fish.
plan.
And yeet.
No, my fish!
The fish!
It's the
Oh,
best
now
plan
it's like
I've
a real
heard.
fresh one.
Somebody said throw the fish.
No! No! We need to distract the gods. The gods. Not me. The gods.
I've got it.
Okay, I poke my head back out the front door and like scan to see if I can see any guards.
You're in, like, the corner. You're at here.
Yeah.
This is the gate. So it's not exactly a straight view to be able to see through, but essentially once you go around this corner here and into the area over here, the guard presence becomes immediately apparent.
Tubbs, who do you hate more than anyone in the world?
Seagulls!
Okay, who, not what?
Carl.
Is that a guy's name?
No, I think I've seen motion pictures. He does a kicking move and whips the hair back. Yep. Yep. Are we looking at the front gate? Because if so, Hambe's gonna walk up because he heard distraction and front gate. Let's go ahead and get it out the way now.
Okay, Tubbs, if you could pin this on anybody, describe them to me.
Well, he's about 1.5 foot tall. Feathers. Wingspan about this far.
I put. Does he let me put my hands on his shoulders?
Roll me persuasion. Yes, you have a calming enough attitude.
I give him a gentle shake.
A person, Tubbs. A person, not a fucking bird.
Look, when you've been out for a while, the birds are people. They talk.
Okay, anything else? Anyone? Like,
Fuck it. And I'm gonna go just leave and peek around the corner so I can see.
I don't have many friends!
I'm gonna not towards the gate, but I'm gonna peek in like the opposite direction and just like pick a random person, go back into Tubbs's shop and make myself look like them.
Okay. I will let you
Whoever
randomly decide that.
Hold on, just a random person on the street. I just randomly go, you, and then I'm going to grab a fish and start heading towards the car.
You know what? High or low?
Hi.
Great. Low. So you immediately look like an old woman with just the burliest arms. Like she's been hauling net for like 40 years. Just scarred up knuckles, from all of the barnacles and hooks and everything that come through, and all the shucking and has to go missing their knife work. Just the surliest looking old woman you could possibly imagine from that like dark Cthulian Bostonian town somewhere.
Okay.
You in Boston again? Oh boy.
But the best part is I still sound like me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no voice change that happens at all. Surliest old woman you've ever seen in your life still sounds like Lemon.
Where is Hanbei at this point?
Hanbei has been standing next to the gate, holding a hand out for whatever the distraction is going to be for the guards.
Roll me stealth.
Oh, you thought I was stealthing. Okay. Oh, let's try.
Well, I'm assuming you're trying to not draw attention to yourself yet. So, stealth is putting any effort into not being seen.
I was just staring at them, but we were stealthing, I guess.
Staring can be like from a alleyway, you know, not exactly like, hey yo, what you reading?
I don't know if you know this, so allow me to inform you. I've done a yo, what you reading?
I know.
Staring over their shoulder, going, I don't think that signature's right. And move your hand. I can't see that. So I was ready to walk up to the guard and go, your pants are brown. And then something happened. I don't know. I was ready. I just walked by a shop, heard distraction and guards gate. And I was like, yeah, we're ready. So I'm waiting for you to hand me the hand grenade that is a fish, and I'm about to chuck that bitch.
Hanbei is kind of tucked around the corner where there's like some slight crates stacked up. Just kind of peering around the corner at these guards, hand shaking.
I'm gonna look for Hanbei.
No, that's what you see. Like, you walk out of the shop, and he's like, so just to move people so that, and he is like right here at the corner of the building, like not looking back at you, looking at the guards, hand shaking, ready for you to put something in it.
Okay. CJ,
ready?
High or low?
Mm-hmm. Do I get to roll it or do you?
I will roll it.
You're rolling it? Low. Wow.
Wow.
I hand you
I know my luck.
Wow.
I know my luck. It depends on the person.
But that's still impressive.
Yeah.
That's still impressive.
Hanbei, Lemon hands you the mask instead.
The problem is Hanbei was primed to chuck it.
And that would definitely be a confusing moment.
Yeah, Hanbei like gets it and he goes, fish? It's not a fish.
What's that?
He's gonna put it in his hand.
Out.
What type of fish do I got in this hand? What got swapped out?
I don't know. I grabbed a random fish.
You turn around to the surliest looking old woman you've ever seen in your life.
That's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm assuming it's something like this.
Yes, 100%.
Like a Jack and Daxter river fish.
Yep, I quickly realized my mistake and swap the mask for the fish and hand you the fish.
You now have a fish. It's yellow.
Yeah, so like, what's the size of the fish? Is it like a fish that I can slap somebody with, or do I need to chuck? Like, do I need to chuck it?
I mean, it's not a huge fish. It's not
Okay.
like a mackerel where you could like two-hand hit somebody with this. It's not like Chris Farley dual-wielding giant tuna level. It's more
Right,
like
right.
normal mackerel size.
Okay, yeah, cool. So about 1.5 feet and about 3 pounds. Okay, give or take. I don't know what the goal is. I'm just gonna dome a guard with a fish, I guess.
It's definitely
You want
got
athletics
that, like,
or just an
flop
attack
to
roll?
it.
Yeah. That's
This
we
is
going athletics or
this is gonna be a non-proficient weapon.
perfect. So we'll just do this. I'll just roll a d20. If I'm adding my strength modifier, that's a 3. So 21. It's no proficiency.
All right, so
If we're adding dex, it's a 19.
are you aiming at a guard?
Yeah,
Or, okay.
we're just chucking it at a guard. My goal, dome the guard. I heard distract the guard. I figure getting hit in the head is a pretty heavy distraction.
High or low?
Aye. Damn, I'm good.
As this group of 5 guards are standing around the front, one guy just gets beamed in the helmet with a fish. And he stumbles backwards. And
Somebody will turn to the small lady behind him and go, "Now run, Mrs. Witherspoon. Run."
they all turn to their friend and like, what the hell happened? I don't know, it's a fucking fish!
I'm going to run directly east across, like diagonally across the square, like here to here. That's the direction I'm going to head.
Okay. Are you trying to be like super obvious? In your old lady shape, or
No, I'm trying not to be obvious. I am, because I don't
Okay.
want to get caught, but I'm trying to. I will kind of like occasionally knock things over as I go.
okay, then performance.
All right.
Everyone watches this old woman pratfall around the corner. Stand up in a circle and then like knock over a vase and be like, "Oh my!" in this like almost slapstick vaudeville routine of stumbling through the square while still being an old woman.
I'm gonna try and find somewhere to hide.
Hanbei,
And I never rolled my d20 for alter self. Shit.
Hanbei watches as these...
Oh no!
Oh gosh. Roll it. Roll D4 and then a D100. Hanbei watches as these 4 guards try and help their friend up. And his friend has a dented-in visor from where the fish struck him. And they're all very confused on how the hell this fish dented in his visor.
Okay. Wait for it. While they're helping him up, I have a crowbar. I would like to chuck that next. They're in metal. We're fine.
Everyone in the back, roll me perception. No, this is something else. So that is also Kai and Darius. And Lemon can also roll for this since it's coming from you.
Oh, great! Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
So, Kai and Darius are the only ones that immediately notice this. But as Lemon runs back, the air around all of you seems to crackle with static electricity for a moment. But you realize, Darius, that it's not static electricity. It's just magical charge. And in that moment, you look back at Lemon, and it looks as almost, it's like some of the green has flaked off of their color. For whatever reason, it's like in this moment, their scales are losing some of their green. But they don't seem to have anything else to them. They just shine.
Darius has no idea how to respond.
Is Lemon, I assume, because I'm not paying attention, I'm still running?
You're hiding. So, like, you
right.
ran past them and are hiding, and they're kind of looking back and are like, the fuck? And they see this as it's going, and you're like, ha-ha, I'm hiding! And there's this crackle all around you. Like, imagine when the Terminators come through time, crackle around you.
Oh, shit!
Like,
Oh, shit.
that's what I mean, where everything around you is just kind of crackling with this constant static electricity. Like, the air is literally charged around you right now with pure magical energy. If you were in combat, it might have an actual effect, but you're not in combat, so.
Ah.
Don't touch
Yes.
anything
Yes.
metal or anything wet.
Well, too late. Because I'm chucking a crowbar.
That's what everybody else notices. Meanwhile, Hanbei, clang, 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 clang.
Yeah, we're like in the fish
Meanwhile.
area, right? So there's nothing but metal and like
Fish.
I presume. Yeah. Do they have ice or do we
Oh,
not
yeah.
have ice?
Oh yeah, no. Lots. There's
Yeah,
fish
we're
on
stuffing
ice.
in puddles guaranteed.
I'm sorry, I just realized the guards are in metal.
Ooh, everything would
No,
smell
I
like
want-
ozone. Right?
I want to chuck a crowbar that's made of metal into the guards that are currently wearing metal in an area that you should not be touching metal.
Could you link them up? That'd even be better. Could
Oh.
you literally hit them both at the same time? That'd be amazing.
What do you think I am? Fucking Edward Elric?
Yes!
No,
Do
I think
it!
you're Tesla.
Clap.
Do it.
Like if I had a chain, maybe, but I'm also trying to make this discreet. Just to distract the guard. I hit him with a fish. I don't know what more I can do.
You're literally throwing something at them. Discreet went out the window with that.
Now they're just kind of
I was
like
going to
Just
say
make it
discreet,
count and let-
low profile. That is just long gone now. Oh no.
you're like discreet, low profile, and they're behind you like ta-da towards the crackling air. I guess yeah. You're matter of doing this, so you chuck a crowbar. Are you trying to hit them again or distract them in this moment as they're helping up their friend with a dented visor?
I would like to throw the crowbar kind of in the middle because the air kind of tastes different. And in my
Okay.
head, I'm like, metal thing can conduct metal stuff. Yeah, metal. Yeah. We'll just toss it that way. I don't know.
Roll it for me.
So I just roll the strength check.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not proficient in it, so.
Yeah.
Crowbar delivered.
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So the crowbar lands roughly in between the two guards in the back that are helping him up and the two guards that are standing besides him, kind of examining his visor in this moment, and it just kind of lands with a clatter, and they kind of turn. Where the hell did this crowbar come from? Well, I mean, and you see as they're prying his helmet visor back into place with the crowbar.
Perfect. I know the party has more of these, so I'm just gonna keep tossing random shit up into the sky and landing it next to them. Next up is just a random torch.
Please do something. I can only do this for so long.
I don't know. The party said distract the guards. I am now distracting guards. I don't know. I'm like, eventually I'm throwing weapons, and those are gonna kill somebody. I got caltrops. I don't know if I throw caltrops, they're gonna really be like, huh. Like,
The fuck?
ooh, wait, hold on. Before I chuck the torch, can I put oil on the floor in front of me? Just in the area, just kind of pour my oil.
Just, just in the area. Just generally,
Yeah.
just nothing. It's just.
You ever take like a bucket of mop water and just chuck it out onto the floor? Just doing out a little bit of oil. It's fine. Listen, I don't know. Nobody else was doing anything. All I've seen was Lemon Run. My goal, distract guards. I'm doing it.
Well, team.
I'm 2 items in, guys. We need to do something here. Now they're using the second item to help them with the first item. Like, they think God is helping them. I don't know what to do. They're like, God hit us with a fish. Oh, he blessed us with a crowbar. Like, come here, Steve. I will undent your helmet. Hold on. No, it's dented on there. Just hold on. Kneel down. I'll put my leg on your chest, and then we can...
I can only give you so much slapstick before I require you to progress the storyline.
I don't know what the party was doing. They just said distract the guards. I'm doing my part of the plan.
So party.
That's the thing.
Besides
they were like,
laughing.
distract the guards, and I was like, job done. And then they went, yeah, he's doing that shit. And I went, I don't know.
All right, I peek out from under the table and look at the others and like,
Okay, I think the diversion is working. Get on the boat.
We just got off the boat. Didn't we?
Fucker, we didn't have a plan, and I domed a guard with a fish for this.
And I was like, go through the gate, you
Guard
morons!
to begin with. You're trying to get through the gates of their garden.
Kaido just steps out and sees all this. He's like, fuck it! And you just watch as he runs past the guards who are trying to help his friend. They're like, hey, wait, excuse me. Hey, sir? Sir?
Hey. I guess when Kaido
Skater,
says fuck it,
skater.
I'm gonna follow up and with my second crowbar hit the second guard's helmet. I don't know. I'm not gonna throw it. I'm just gonna hit him with it. Just gonna try to dent the helmet so that way he gets confused.
It's just like
Yes.
a dry. Oh my gosh.
I don't know, man. And now be free.
High or low?
Hanbei's going
Hi.
bar hopping.
Dude, I'm so good.
So you hit on the run by the guy who was pulling with the crowbar gets hit with a secondary crowbar and his helmet spins on his head with the blow and kind of like carries him forward as his
Hanbei will run through
crowbar
because
goes stumbling, and you hear the clatter of metal as then the guards Steve!
and I will run through behind Kaito. I don't know. He said fuck it, and I'm saying fuck it and following. I didn't know the plan. I hope the party makes it through, I guess.
Hold on, let me see if I notice what's going on with Hanbei, or if I can hear it.
It's not that
Probably
quiet.
not.
Like there's a
And I'm
clatter
gonna
of
skitter out.
metal. There is them screaming for Steve that just got knocked over with his helmet spun around on his head. He didn't see what happened.
I'm gonna make a run for the gate. I'm following Hanbei. I look at the others desperately before I run.
I guess we're going through the gate now. See, Darius just starts grabbing the hands. Let's go. Oh.
Everyone barrels through the guard post as the guards, confused with the assaults of objects that has occurred around them, are unable to stop
Oh,
you.
why? Fucking M&M's.
Look,
This is just what this ended up as, and I don't know why. Fun fact, he just uses 2 crowbars. I don't know what our game plan was, by the way.
To be honest,
Well,
I don't
just
think we
distract
even really
guards.
came up with one.
No.
It's like,
We're in now.
And that's why We can only allow it to go. It's like, no. I will give you guys an entry if I have to at this point. It's okay. This wasn't meant to be the most complicated, answer and resolution possible for you all. But
honestly, I was just getting ready to just go talk to the guards and just be like, "Hi, we're some people looking in and trying to get into the city. Here's our IDs," and just kind of waltz on through.
Yeah.
I don't know why Tubbs wanted to distract the guards or throw a fish at them, but I guess it worked.
He doesn't have very many friends, and he's a little crazy. He's a little, he likes making a lot of sporadic jokes as well that other people don't necessarily get. And just has to keep going with it, with his life and his own little joy. But it's fine. He'll remember you.
Lesson learned. If somebody makes a joke and we don't know if it's a joke, we roll insight.
Sayonara, friends.
Saranara?
Arriva later.
That like a sauce made out of tomatoes? Saranara?
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. But now that you are all through the gate, Kaito kind of like gathers you all up down an alleyway and is like, "What the hell was that?"
You said distract the guards.
I thought you guys would have a plan after that. I mean, you broke me out of prison pretty well.
What's a plan?
The most
Honestly,
accurate
Kaito, I think we gotta admit that was an accident.
The most accurate statement for D&D ever. What's a plan?
Well, exactly what it was they thought you were me, and then we became friends. Now we're buddies. So this is kind of how it goes.
Am I still glowing, by the way?
It lasted for 1 minute, so we'll say it passed.
Okay.
That was a magical effect that gave disadvantage to enemies. So that's why I was like, I don't know, you're not in combat.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it was the area charges with magical energy, and enemies are imposed disadvantage.
I'm totally a Terminator.
I mean,
That's
hey,
so scary.
I gotta be able to use the wild magic to my own descriptive and alliterative fun. So why not?
No, I love it. It's here. I'm here for it.
So as you gather in the city, Kaito is also steering you as you're going. And as you're kind of pushing through all of these kind of narrow alleyways and more squat buildings than what you're used to. Everything around here, despite the cliff agriculture around you, or the cliff geography around you, is still very low to the ground. Everything, and it's fairly stone buildings of everything. All of the structures are very squat. And as you finally come to this shop, you see what looks to be a very old, weathered sign with just the hints of golden gilding left along the edging of a leaf that makes up most of the shape of the sign itself, and you can still see the weathered lettering across the leaf face that says the Gilded Leaf. As he approaches, you see as he kind of stops and turns towards all of you. Now look, you have to be on your best behavior. Yes?
Darius just kind of stares.
Somebody will nod and look around for more fish.
As you walk,
Oh.
as he begins to open the door with a breath, you see this hunched over figure of a half-elven woman studiously looking through her notes, surrounded by jars. But everything seems to be very precise, despite the amount of things that are all here. And immediately as the door opens, the smell of lavender and chamomile just seems to flood into the street for a moment. And as you hear the jingle of the bell when he opens it, you see him walk in and wait for a moment. I assume everyone follows.
Yeah, I'm about to walk in. Fuck it.
I don't think we got much choice, really.
Well, he has told
Yeah,
you
of course.
to go in with him, but you know, you
Yeah.
don't have to. You can be like, fuck this shit, I'm finding my own path. You know, whatever. I ain't gotta tell you to do anything.
Well, I think inside's better.
Yeah, I want to get off the street, so I will definitely duck inside and look anxiously at the others.
Great. So does anybody not go inside? Because then, for simplicity, we will just assume that everyone went inside.
Yeah, let's just.
So as you all...
Somebody will just push the remaining ones in.
As you all fold into this apothecary shop, the door finally shuts with another jangle of the bell behind you. And as it does, you see as she finally sets down her quill and looks down the rim of her glasses. First, at your friend Kaito, slowly down and up again, and then over at each of you, looking at you, and then you see a smile spread across her face as she pushes her glasses up. Well, welcome. What brings all of you into my fine shop here?
Well, I'm looking for fish.
Kaido just kind of looks at you confused for a moment. And it's that moment where you can see the like conflicting reactions inside of his brain because he has
he's
this
concerned.
No, it's because he has this like in-ground awe for you, and he's also like, what the fuck did you just say? So it's just like
as he's staring and he's contemplating, somebody's gonna just lean over and go, "For the other guards." And then he's gonna wink and then start walking around the shop.
And Kaito's just going to turn and be like, I'm sorry for the intrusion, Mother. I was previously captured, and we've been forced to come this way. It's leaking passage back into the camp. She looks kind of aghast, like mocking, obviously fake for a moment. Just, oh my lords. Well, that is awfully peculiar to be coming into my shop with these sorts of requests. I do appreciate the kind gestures coming in here, seeking out my fine shop for these sorts of requests. But in this moment, what makes all of you feel like I can answer that sort of request? Are all of you and your friends? She smiles and looks at all of you. And who exactly are your friends?
Hanbei, while picking up one of these jars on the shelves, we'll just go, Hanbei, looking for fish still. Not seeing any. Anybody? You guys see some? What about crowbars?
She perks an eye and then kind of turns to the next person.
Do you have supplies for an alchemy kit?
I say from like a low a vantage point as possible. I'm trying to like barely be seen over the counter.
Well, you little one. Customers, yes, we always have wonderful answers for customers. For healing supplies, yes, we definitely have what is necessary for those sorts of things. Exactly how much are you looking to get?
I turn around and count the people in the room.
Alright, we can make it a solid 10 if that's easier.
She looks at you as you're counting and then your numbers, and she just kind of chuckles for a moment. Oh, dearie. I imagine that you perhaps don't exactly understand the math of what you're asking for right now. If you're asking for the bundles for 8 people, well, that individually, that would be, well, if you're making the basics on your own, I imagine you will need roughly 25 gold worth of supplies for 8 people.
Ooh, honey gold.
Are you saying that you're willing to pay me 200 gold right now for 8 parcels?
I'm gonna turn around to the party and drop the biggest, like, hat dilated pupils, like, trying to look all cute and innocent.
Hanbei will walk over, and in your hand, put his 1 gold piece. There you go. You think you could give me a crowbar too?
Okay, buddy.
Alright, cool.
And it was literally in that moment, like when she said that, she kind of like sat forward on her stool, kind of leaning over the desk a bit more.
look
wow.
pleadingly at the rest of the party. I was just like,
You want to die or not?
Well, this is not the woman talking. Above table, this is where I'm going to remind you that that is the math that she has told you.
would I? Ooh,
I,
do.
as the DM, have communicated earlier this session to someone else about what their cost and supplies are. So yes, that's why I'm like, this is an important detail for this moment.
Yeah, but we don't convey that. We don't talk in this party. We let that shit flow.
I mean,
Oh, come on.
little guy down over here. I think we might be able to get by about on like 4 portions worth. So about like 100 gold worth might work a little better.
Okay.
She leans back and smiles. Yes, that I believe that sounds like a bit more of a reasonable purchase. I would imagine that being a bit more understanding. But yes, I do have what you would need for 4 parcels of healing supplies. And she slowly gets up from her stool, kind of precisely, and begins shuffling around her shop, and you can see as she pulls out this bin that's kind of underneath one of the racks and starts pulling out these enveloped parcels of herbs and just starts gathering them one by one, setting them on the table above her as she does, and then slowly slides the bin back in and stands back up with a slight creak and begins walking back towards the desk. All right, so we've got 4 bundles then for you. So 100 gold.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I could chip in about 25 off the top of my head.
When people say things,
And
then
buy
they're like,
what?
how do we do this?
I mean, I could float a little bit more, but my pouch is starting to actually feel a little bit lighter than I anticipated it would be being right about now.
I'm just gonna look over a little confused and just go, "Do you have money?"
Oh yeah, we got paid for all that work.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was a lot of work that we done did.
Meanwhile, Hanbei with shiny weapons. Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, it does help to kind of make sure that you do have enough money to be able to, spread out a little bit with, like regular expenses and whatnot.
Yeah, I did.
This is exactly what happened in the other side of the world, too. I gave them tons of money, and Grim has 0 money, but is working on his full plate. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? I got tons of money. And he's like, huh. Yeah.
Yeah,
About
I don't
that.
remember.
Like, huh. Money. Huh.
Hey, some of us probably have a lot more than others. I'm not saying anything. But like,
That's I'm not
if
saying
anybody else
either.
wants to chip in, be more than happy to work on making more potions.
But that is the question. You all were given a decent amount of gold at various points. Some of you have spent it on things.
Yeah.
I'm good. I have a potion of healing, but I do need that crowbar.
But
I'll get you a crowbar. We just gotta go somewhere else.
I'm gonna need that crowbar.
Yeah, you know, the distraction. I can only do it with 2 crowbars. It's a secret technique Grandpa passed down. You chuck the first one, hit him with the second one. But the problem is then you gotta get more crowbars, and then eventually your bag's full of crowbars.
It's a special orc
Grandpa
technique.
used to do it with bricks. He used to call them safety bricks, but we've advanced the technique to
God damn it,
Crowbars.
Hubby! And I just take the crowbar out of my own pack and hand it to Hanbei.
Grandpa.
I'm able to take
Hanhei.
it. Yeah, somebody's gonna take it and kind of like fine tune the end, and then just go. Grandpa Hanhei would be proud. Stick it in the bag, and Hanbei's happy now. He's just gonna chill by the door and wait. I don't know what we were talking to Mom about, but that's what we got. This is victory.
All right.
Can I take a peek outside the door while we're still?
Oh,
Well, just take a peek right outside Grandma's, well, Mom's shop.
It seems to be a mostly peaceful street, but it is still a kind of run-down, muddy, kind of area. You can tell here in the old city district that it's not necessarily upscale, even by their standards.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had a cough. And so there's not really a lot going on outside, and muddy streets don't exactly keep people wanting to be around.
That's fine. Just making sure no guards are getting curious, so I have to dome another one with a crowbar, Just gonna open the door, look around, see no guards, shut door.
Roll me investigation in that moment, since you say it that way. Yeah, it's quiet.
Too quiet. I'm just gonna slowly close the door, but just keep a crowbar ready.
Yep.
low
Cool.
profile.
If you'd rolled higher, I might have pointed out other information, but nope.
No, we're good. This is it. We're good. Listen, everybody inside has to figure out the whole money situation. We could probably somebody at Litian fucking have Litian chip in on anything. They haven't been here to spend money. If you need healing shit, I'm sure Litian can help some.
I'm not gonna pickpocket somebody that's not here. That's rude.
No. But
Yeah, we can talk about money next time.
I can
No, I was
also...
gonna say I messaged you, Darius.
Yeah.
There's also... I do have a question. I do wonder how much Lydia does have, because Litian might be interested in other things in this moment, given what I keep pointing towards. So I will say that in this moment of confusion, that Litian has kind of picked up another jar that's on a different, higher shelf. And in that jar, what everybody else can see appears to be kind of if you imagine the strands of a weeping willow, but shrunken down. So that within this one jar appears to be that same almost view of these weeping willow kind of almost I mean it almost would look like a vine in this moment, but they even in the jar appear to be swaying with some sort of motion. And you realize, given everything that you've been slowly coming across, that this probably has some sort of air moat within it. And you can see as Leetion gets kind of really close to it. And they're like, I think I would like this. And I'm going to give them the option later on. But in this moment, I'm going to say that we go through with this purchase. Later on, I'm going to offer them at the same standard price of what I quoted the water for 25. And see if they'd like to do that. Because they have definitely more than that. Definitely well over that. But I don't know what people want to do with their money. Or what other people have done with their money. Since nobody speaks up to spend money.
Oh, well.
Well, Zuhara's not here, and Kai, are you here?
Probably not.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh.
Sorry, it just took me a minute to unmute
Okay.
myself.
It's okay.
Do you want to chip in at all for the health potion supplies?
I don't think I have any money.
I don't think you've spent money.
I bought like a crossbow and something. I have 13 gold.
I don't think you took down all the gold that you've gotten, though.
I haven't received any.
Yeah, that's the...
Like I haven't earned any.
We got.
Yeah.
Yeah, we earned some.
Yeah.
We earned a healthy chunk.
Group loot. Let's see.
I can't tell you, but
Nope.
we earned a healthy chunk.
Did we start with any?
Well, no, you just kind of start with the...
Yeah, you just start with whatever your starter pack stuff is.
But you guys have earned a number of payments by this point in the campaign.
Maybe I just don't remember because...
No, that's what I mean. It sounds like
I have
you...
13.
No, I mean, that 13 sounds more like a starting gold amount. And like you didn't add previous amounts that you earned. Because you should probably have more like 125 now or something.
I think my crossbow was kind of a lot, wasn't it?
What kind of crossbow do you currently have?
Crossbow light.
A light crossbow. That is... $25 gold. So yeah. And I think you might have stole your crossbow.
Yeah.
We had a whole thing about it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the few things I got blamed for, and I was like, how the fuck I get blamed for somebody else stealing a crossbow? This shit crazy.
I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure.
And I was helping with it.
Because that was the time you were like, yeah, I'm gonna steal this, and we went through a whole thing. So I don't think you've actually spent money, but you
No,
guys.
I think I stole clothes. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, even with the crossbow math, you should still have like 100 gold more than you have right now. Is my point.
So I should put down 100 gold
Yeah,
or plus 100 gold.
plus 100 gold.
Okay.
I think
Done.
you guys have gotten a total of 125 to this point. So if you currently
That's
theoretically
that's
spent
about
25,
right.
then you have 100. So cool. Taken care of.
Thank you.
Yeah, that all maths out. Yeah.
So see? Resolved. So, back to the question of who has money.
I've got some. Darius was gonna pitch in.
Yeah.
Kian was gonna pitch in for what they wanted, which was how much?
They're theoretically going to be buying a 25 gold air moat on their own.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Leave it on its own. I'm going to do that as a part of moving this forward. So if you don't
That's
end
fine.
up purchasing more, it's still buying.
I've got
off
one
the-
on me, so we're... Yeah, it's okay. Well,
We can just buy 3.
That's fine.
Yeah. we got it.
Okay.
Because then you're still making a 100 gold purchase in this moment.
Yee.
Indeed.
That's why I said for the purposes of moving everything forward, I am okay with that. That's why I was like, in the theory that Leetia and I will communicate on their own and see about them doing all of that, but for the moment, they're just doing it.
All right. Cool.
And she kind of smiles and gathers everything up and puts it in this kind of wicker basket that you can see has like a slight ribbon curled around the handle for everybody. You notice she has like a small stack next to her that she puts decent sized purchases into. Now here you all go. Now, I need to understand that you don't exactly mean harm here. You understand that there are a lot of people looking for a lot of bad things around here. With this army of the future moving in, it's not exactly something we want to be welcoming danger and more suspicion on ourselves.
We're just trying to find our way out of here to lay low.
And you see as she moves the parcels within the basket that she had set on the counter for you all, and you see one of your wanted posters in the bottom of the basket. Hiding is something I can understand. All of us sometimes are in a bit of a pinch, misunderstanding. But that's where we have to understand each other, yes?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Such a good dearie. Now, look. I have to look out for everybody around here. I have a little bit of my eyes and ears and everything. I see and hear everything. So please, do trust Mama that she knows a decent amount. I know that.
I assume she's telling the truth, but I'd still like to insight check her.
Sure.
I'm so good at this.
Same.
Nope.
Please.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll it.
Yeah, Kai, you got this.
You look at her and you're looking into cold darkness. You're looking into the eyes of a spy master.
Okay. I'm glad I didn't give her any of my money then.
Kaido said they had a network in the city to make sure that things went through, and said, you've got to impress Mama to get in.
Who said that?
The NPC, Kaito.
Oh. I thought you said, like, me, and I was like, I did not say any of that.
Yeah, not Kaito. Kaito Yamata! Yamato! Your orc rebel friend that's been with you. So he had stated all of that kind of earlier in the city, and that had to kind of be earned and established getting through. So
I do remember that.
Yep. So that's where I'm just kind of pointing it out in this moment as a reminder, as you're realizing with that insight, you're like, you see it's just nothing but gears behind the eyes. And when she says that she hears and sees a lot, she's not lying.
I'm going to keep all this to myself. And just continue to observe and listen.
So, I need to really make sure that my flock is going to be safe with welcoming in other people on the run. But I do understand sometimes the necessity of family. And her eyes kind of narrow, looking at Sarako behind you guys.
And Darius is just kind of there, just at the mention of family, just kind of puts his hand on her head. Doesn't really say anything, but just kind of like, oh yeah, family, right, yes, little one. That's almost as tall as me. There's no possible way that she could be doing anything wrong. Or harmful.
Roll me deception. Damn!
I don't need no halfling luck. Oh yeah, no, we're all pretty close knit. We watch each other's backs, make sure everyone's taken care of. Try to do right by everything.
She kind of smiles by the end of your speaking and nods slightly along with your words. Sometimes family isn't just about the ones that we're born with. Sometimes it's about the ones that we find along the way. The ones that we truly want to keep safe. The ones that we fight for.
Honestly, I think it'd be one hell of a miracle if the gods somehow figured all of us would be related by blood.
She just kind of chuckles. No, I imagine it would be. But no, as long as we understand this one thing about found family, then yes, you can continue with my blessing.
Family.
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 Oh, you're the one that walked into this situation. I don't even know what to say about it at this point.
And there's just Lemon in the back going, family.
Right? The juxtaposition of that is great. But that is also the point. The ones that we're born with aren't necessarily the great ones. The ones that we find are. But that was also the point of one of the important rebel faction people in this understanding that family can betray us, whereas found family can be much more important. There's a bit more in that meaning there. You now understand. And you watch as she slips a small jade dragon into the basket. And smiles.
Yeah.
If you head south, not on the roads, you will eventually begin heading towards the forest. The cliffs will begin to rise at that point. The crags will get steeper. But you will find the camp between the crags. Right in the bottom of the curve of the forest.
Whoosh. Next destination unlocked.
Map waypoint
Jump,
unlocked. What?
Oh man, I can't wait until we can access the fast travel locations.
Right?
I don't know if you do.
Probably not.
All I will say in this moment is that maybe there's a plan for some sort of fast travel option later in the game, but it might not be to where you think, and it might not be led by who you want it to be, and it might be powered by something you think it is.
Dun dun dun. So now we kind of got good directions on where we need to go. Got an idea of, well, they can trust us, we can trust them.
Well, they've told you as long as you behave, we'll continue to trust you. But don't fuck up. We're still new to this family.
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 Family. Family. That meme.
Yup.
You must try to be careful throughout this area. We've had much reports of this army of the future marching towards us. The commander here is already overworked. He sees this as a spit and polish sort of mission. Nothing that it truly worries himself with, and we keep it that way. But this presence coming here, we've gotten reports of grotesque monstrosities. Creatures, vines growing out of them.
Oh no.
Do you know anything of this?
Darius is having PTSD flashbacks.
Unfortunately, we have.
They don't like fire.
What? Did you think it was going to stick with Batch Alpha?
Well, we don't necessarily know.
When first an experiment fails, you've got to change the recipe and try and make it better.
Yeah. But at the same time, I am immortal until proven wrong.
They say the leader wears a suit. But
Like cloth? Metal?
I don't know. They say it covers his entire body. It's made out of some sort of material that seems to bend unnaturally with him, they say. It seems to distort with him, except for when these appendages come out.
Oh, that's creepy.
That's terrifying.
Like I said, oh no, don't worry about Volo. It ain't gonna be like Volo. I mean, is it magical? I mean, they're essentially describing the similar beasts to what you fought before, but some sort of next stage.
Oh, gross! It made armor.
It's more of they gave it a suit, and apparently it is living within it and lashing out from the spine.
It's like an exoskeleton.
At least that is an interesting idea. I like that concept. You haven't heard him talk, so I don't know. What? No. That's only one. And mine won't have a rocket launcher. What? Nemesis had a rocket launcher. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Stars.
Yep.
Oh, man. Dan is currently freaking out for Darius. Just like, oh no.
What? What did you not want me to give you a hint at what your next potential boss might be? I don't know. Motherfuckers skipped out of a serious boss fight the first time. You won't get me this time!
Oh, man. He's gonna be the fisherman all over again.
Oh, don't worry. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Just the smallest hint. And she looks at you. So you've seen these divine creatures before?
Some.
Yes, ma'am. Scene. I think we touched him.
Killed him.
I won't mention anything else.
Well, if they're getting stronger and better, that's a problem.
I believe Hanbei asked how they knew it was the army of the future. Evolution is the answer. Just might not be the answer you wanted. She looks confused. So, if you've killed them, then you understand this army of the future? And what it is we can do to try to at least resist them.
They may be they may be a little more resilient, possibly, but one thing that we do know for sure is they didn't like fire. So I think that might be the first thing we might try. But oh, what was it? They like electricity, I think. But yeah.
So we shouldn't shock them. Oh, all right. I think we can handle that. But
if they end up developing a resistance to fire, that's going to be a whole new ball game right there.
She looks at you for a moment, and you can see that the gears are turning. Oh. Oh my. And you can see as she begins flipping through her notepad for a moment. No, but what if the suit did? Fabrics made to be resistant, stretches. It seems to have some sort of different appearance to it. We weren't certain what it was, but what if it's fire resistant? Then again, it could just stretch.
Could be. But Darius just kind of thinking like anything to like any potential advice on it. Just like best I could say is if you're ever in a fight with one of them, just never assume it's dead. It's like we fought one, thought it was dead. Vines are still moving. Then I don't know how much worse it can be. But yeah, don't drop your guard.
She looks at you and slowly begins to write down a little bit on her notes and everything, looking kind of confused. And then kind of, you see where there's kind of a sideline drawn to, like, no, maybe, well, this could be a containment suit, it could be a disguise, could be some sort of armor. There's no way to tell until we fight one. The question is it just this one? Or is there more of them? We've heard reports of bodies found in pieces, seemingly shredded, minced, as though a butcher with 1,000 knives was unleashed on them. We don't truly understand what any of it means. But the reports are terrible. You can see as she gives you this extremely serious look.
That is a very terrifying visual. You paint a quite a vivid picture.
Wonderful. So, then, off you go. I'll make sure to pass this on. But you should make sure to report everything you can when you get to the camp. I'm sure that they would love to know everything that you've heard about these sort of things. And, of course, if you tell them, I'll know. So, wonderful.
Quiet. Anything anybody else wants to add into that? Anything you feel is pertinent information for them?
Any weird meat come by?
Weird meat.
So
From the city.
yeah.
Well,
Might look like a hot dog, not a hot dog.
it's. Well, here at least we tend to mostly survive on the fish, but we have heard reports coming out of the capital of some sort of festival meat. It seemed to be quite popular and low in price.
I'm sure it's festive, all right. Well, it's not Festivus for the rest of us. It would be jolly for you not to partake, and I'll leave it at that.
She kind of slowly nods. All right. So we'll try
Like,
to make.
Zuhaira will just
You see her making notes and kind of like leafing back to previous pages and making another note.
remember, if it's something free, you're the product. But
What? These are
Zuhaira-
simpler times.
oh, dude, that's always it doesn't matter. I can totally see Rome handing out something here. Try this potion.
Yep.
It's no cost. It's complimentary. Yay! And then something horrible happens.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, we were out and walking through the woods. And we found these berries. Here, try some.
Oh my god, yeah, it's literally evolutionary FAFO.
Everything is edible at least once.
Yes, absolutely. You can do anything at least once.
I mean, it could always be how was it the British tricked the peasantry into taking potatoes?
Taking potatoes?
Yes. They wouldn't buy them at first. And they wouldn't, like, accept them. So they, like, set up a guard, essentially, and fences around it, but specifically told the guards to not pay attention and to allow people to steal. And told everybody that they were super valuable and that they couldn't have them. And then everybody stole them.
It sounds sort of like something I've come across. And this would have been in England and not in Ireland, because Ireland is where they grew, and that essentially was the cash crop.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
But yeah. So I'm sure that somebody's going to correct me at some point in time that can't talk right now and is going to tell me how wrong I am. But we'll find out later on. But yeah, it's something like that. So essentially, yes, that is what you are describing in this moment. But they're trying to make sure that it's readily available. It seems that the exporting of the empire has potentially started moving, but perhaps is a bit slower than the movement of troops. But
I did miss, orcs aren't super common around here, right?
Correct. Well, they're not.
Okay,
they're not super rare either. They're just.
We can have this if I'm remembering everything that's been told me 5 times before about this food. We can have it.
Yeah,
It's actually sort of like a one-time multivitamin for us. So I think we're the only ones that could try it if we were so inclined. I don't know. Maybe there's a feature of us having our own little zooped up counterattack.
Well, there are definitely plans in the works for all of that as you guys eventually get through all of that.
Okay.
But
all right.
in this moment,
That's
It is the. Is there anything else that you guys want to report as this person is kind of saying you can report anything else, but make sure you tell them there, but I'll know anything else you report.
Lemon will explain about Lime's involvement in all of this.
We hadn't really heard much about these individuals. This is interesting. So they're running underneath the Capitol. Or at least they were. Interesting. We know that, well, we've experienced more than a few people that, well, either them or their families have been experimented on. So we know that this does happen. But we've never heard of this scale.
Well, it's probably because of who her boss is.
Yes, their boss.
Gerard Butler.
Hold on, I have to look up the name.
Gerard Butler!
Oh, God. Where did I write it down?
I mean, gosh, it's almost like there's multiple channels within this.
No, I know. I got this.
And I believe one of them is NPC notes.
Chancellor Gerard. There we go.
She kind of...
He's been experimenting on my blood, and they kind of want me.
She seems to straighten the glasses on her face and leans forward on the desk a little bit more, looking at you.
I give the most awkward smile.
Peculiar. And leans back. So, I've not really heard much of this Chancellor, but I will begin to try to hear of him. This is interesting, and I do enjoy a good puzzle. All right, that means that you all should be off. I have some wonderful letters to write to some wonderful children of mine. Make sure to tuck them in all nice and good. So, if you wouldn't mind, Mama's getting tired.
Sleep well?
Oh, thank you, darling. I hope you have a safe journey. And please don't forget your package.
All right, thanks for the tea.
Of course.
Shove it in my bag.
Cling, 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 cling. As the simple bell door opens.
Oh, last thing before I walk out the door. Be suspicious of any potions coming from the Capitol. Have a good one.
Be suspicious of everything. All of the things. Everything.
Enter my mind.
Right. That's what you've told them. You're just like, don't trust the meat or the potions or people trying to sell you anything. Or
Don't trust the government.
Right. Yeah, tell the rebels don't trust the government. And they're like, you don't say.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
Don't be suspicious.
suspicious.
Don't be.
They're just more like, you don't say. As you walk out and begin kind of finding your bearings, you can see as a pigeon kind of flies out of an upstairs window of her shop.
Huh. Must be sending airmail.
Now, is there anything else you're trying to do in this town? Or are you getting the fuck out?
Getting the fuck out.
I have to make sure.
Darius is good.
Wonderful. Through some finagling and chicanery, working together and expositioning through the escape, you manage to make your way outside of the city gates again. But then, as you have to begin finding your way on trailless roads, who is gonna roll me survival? I think I know.
Huh?
I was guessing the
Prison
barbarian.
Yeah, I forgot. My bad.
Oh no. Do I have any magical thing that gets me to reroll? I always ask this. I think I'm thinking of a different character.
Not a re-roll, but actually I think you might. Give me a second here.
Let me see. I want to look at one of my feats. Not feats, but abilities.
Oh well. I always think I have something, but I don't think I do.
Oh, okay. No, that was something else then. Let me see here. Wait. Is it? Oh my god, it is. So, this is something silly with barbarians. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Huh? Ooh, shush fun.
So,
Uh-huh.
so the current rules.
It's so finally somebody other than me.
The current rules for barbarians are when you are raging, you are also channeling primal might and knowledge. So one of the things that you gain there is while raging, whenever you make an ability check using one of the following skills, you make it as a strength check instead of its normal modifiers.
Okay, yeah, I'm reading it right now. But I'm not currently hulking out.
Well, no, but you also didn't necessarily understand this aspect of your character. So what I'm explaining to you is that the rage mechanic in this edition essentially has use outside of combat as well, because it is channeling primal knowledge and might. It's not just a mindless hulking beast like in some of the previous versions. So that's where it's not just a combat ability anymore.
It's almost like your frustration with us getting lost makes you laser focused on finding the right way.
They're making us Grey Hulks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're not becoming a smart Hulk. Cool.
But yeah, that's where, like, because you can see with all of those, like, you essentially get better. So what I want you to do here is roll it again for me, and then we're gonna add extra things to it. But actually, let me see. You are not proficient in that? Okay. So yeah, just roll me a survival again, and I am going to tell you what to add. That is +3. So that is a 15 while raging. Because, yeah, your wisdom is a +1 and your strength is a +4. So you essentially jump your modifier there by an additional 3 whenever you do that.
Okay.
And that works for any of those abilities there on that list. Yes, that's right.
It'd be nice if I could, like, bookmark that damn thing, but that's okay.
Oh, no, it's okay. I might be playing a barbarian somewhere, so this is why I know the 2024 rules for at least the basic barbarian aspects.
You know, that's sort of cool because then, yeah, it makes it a little bit above basic, just like Smash Bash.
Yeah, and literally, you know,
it just adds some dimension.
And it is something like literally out of combat use, like, so you don't have just all these things like, well, I didn't fight anything today, so I'm not useful. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, sometimes some people who get super angry, it's like, yeah, you get like hyper focused, and you're like, say it again.
Exactly.
Like, go ahead. Instead of hot, you go cold.
Exactly. So with a 15, you manage to make your way in reasonable time. It does take you a good amount of the day to slowly make your way more south towards where you've been directed. Because as you're working through this not marked terrain, the elevation keeps increasing as you're going. As you get closer to the coast on the south end, you can tell that it's definitely much more raised elevation. Even though when you look out it only seems like a slight rise, you've been walking uphill all day. As the trees begin to slowly part, or as the trees begin to slowly form, I mean, you're going the other way, form, you work your way through the slight beginnings of the forest, skirting your way slightly around the edges. And it's when you're working your way through these crags that you finally begin to find the slight beginnings of your trail. And in doing so, are able to find your way to the rest of the camp.
Oh. Civilization. Sort of.
I mean, I had to make an effective camp for everybody here. Come on. But elevation is a thing, so your vision gets limited. And tents are a thing, so people might be inside of things. But we will go ahead and end tonight's session, especially with all of the issues that people have had tonight. CJ had a health issue and had to go as well. So yeah, we will go ahead and end it on this note of you guys arriving at the Dragon Prince Rebellion camp.
Nice. No, when you say elevation affects vision, is it like because it's cold and like why? Sorry, I just don't understand.
Oh no.
I misunderstood.
Yeah, so it was more of as you guys are it's taken you a hard journey because you're literally working up the entire time.
Yeah.
I was saying that it doesn't look like a large cliff. Like when you're looking outward at the land as you've been walking, it hasn't looked like you've been walking up a huge hill.
Oh, yep. Okay.
That's what I was trying to describe.
Okay.
So, yeah.